find my beauty blog at beautyprofessor.com. In my last video, I mentioned that I've been testing out a concealer for the last couple of weeks that I am loving, and I was actually wearing it in my last video, but it was under embargo, so I couldn't tell you what it was. And today, I'm excited to finally be able to tell you. It is the Kosas Revealer Concealer, and I'm wearing it right now in shade 5.5. Here are some things I love about this concealer. First, it comes in 16 shades, and those 16 shades will go on to match 48 different skin tones. It's also an excellent companion to the Kosas Tinted Face Oil, which I'm also wearing in shade 5.5 right now. More on that to come. So if you find that you just want a sheer application from the Tinted Face Oil, then you can go in with the Revealer Concealer and conceal any areas that need a little extra attention or correction without having a face full of makeup, which is genius. It's exactly how complexion products should work. This concealer is buildable, medium to full coverage, incredibly concentrated and potent, so you can get away with using the tiniest bit for full efficacy. I love the fact that it's infused with skincare benefits, which I'll be breaking down for you in a second. Each and every time I apply it, I get a smooth, radiant, concealed, perfected skin effect that lasts all day without creasing. There are 3 objectives with this concealer: brightening, soothing, and plumping. And the ingredients within will help to do all 3 of those things while leaving you with better skin after using it than you had before, which is brilliant. For brightening, some of the key ingredients include caffeine, which we know is excellent for constricting blood vessels. That helps with making sure the skin looks brighter, but also in the interim, reducing puffiness. There's pink algae extract, which is an excellent antioxidant that yields brighter skin while fighting free radicals. Soothing ingredients include arnica, which I've used for years. And so it's one of those ancient ingredients that helps to soothe and reduce inflammation in my eyes, especially because I have seasonal allergies on top of wearing contacts, on top of being tired. Always need some soothing. And then panthenol, otherwise known as provitamin B5, absorbs deeply into the skin to add a soothing, nourishing effect. For plumping, there are 2 key ingredients. The first are peptides, which help to increase and encourage collagen production in this area. Yes, please. So hyaluronic acid, which we know is one of our skin's best friends for retaining moisture and adding bounce and glow to the skin. So all of that is packed into this concealer, and I'll be showing it to you in action in just a moment. Today, I'm wearing a face full of Kosas makeup, and so I want to show you exactly how I applied these products in action. And anytime I can do a full makeup breakdown for you as well as a brand spotlight, it brings me great joy. So here are some of my favorites, broken down into detail in terms of application and then ultimate result. For foundation, I am working with the Kosas Tinted Face Oil. I have talked about this countless times in previous videos and blog posts. My perfect match is shade 5.5, and of course, one of the keys to a successful application of this formula is to shake it vigorously before applying. Then I just go ahead and put a couple of drops on my hand like that, and I'll go ahead and distribute it onto my already moisturized and primed skin. I find a little goes a long way, and I get great longevity and lasting power with a single application. Even though the bottle is small and I can carry it in my purse for a long day out, I rarely, if ever, need to touch up. I have a pre-dampened beauty blender, and I'm just using my beauty blender to get a seamless application. You can also, of course, use your fingers, but I use a beauty blender for everything. Done. Onto the concealer. So, of course, I'm working with the Kosas Revealer Concealer. My perfect shade match is 5.5 as well, so it coordinates with the Tinted Face Oil perfectly. I like to apply straight from this doe foot applicator. I get a really precise application, and I'm just going to go ahead and dot it like that. I love that the ingredients, including caffeine and arnica and hyaluronic acid, help with puffiness, and it soothes my often tired under eye area, and it also moisturizes and adds a nice glow. Using my dampened beauty blender to just completely distribute, and I like a light tapping motion like this. You can see it's seamless, slightly glowy, good coverage, super natural. And I've tested this for a couple weeks now, and I can affirm no creasing all day, which is exemplary. For cheeks, I'm working with the Kosas Tropic Equinox Color and Light Cream Palette, and this is beautiful for adding a sun-kissed wash of color and sculpt the face softly, and then I'm going to go in with the cream in a moment to add some highlight and luminosity. So I'm just using my beauty sponge to apply the darker shade to the hollows of my cheeks. And then I'll also add to the primers of my face like this, making sure to blend everything for a seamless, natural finish. Now that the bronzer portion of Tropic Equinox has been blended out, I'm going to go ahead and use my fingertips to apply the creamy highlighter version to the high points of my face. A little goes a long way here, so I'm being very, very judicious in how much I apply. And really just letting it melt into my skin. You can see it's already catching the light for a dewy finish. This beautiful kind of champagne beige is versatile enough to complement a spectrum of skin tones, and I love it for that reason. It's just really easy and really fresh. A little more right there. Glow complete. A finishing touch on my cheeks involves the Kosas Papaya 1972 Color and Light Pressed formula. So I applied a cream initially, and now I'm just going to go in with this Corally Peach powder shade and apply it to the apples of my cheeks for a pop of color. For eyes, I'm going in with the Kosas 10-second eyeshadow in Supreme. It's a beautiful gold and a full wash of color in a single application. And you have about 10 seconds to use your fingers to blend. It's meant to be one of those on-the-go, very effortless application experiences, and it is. So I've just blended up to my brow bone. That's going to be my first color, and I'll follow with a second deeper color momentarily. Now that Supreme has been blended out on both eyelids, and then I put a touch more along my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with a purple shade called 333. I don't wear a lot of color on my eyelids. I'm mostly a neutral lover, but there's something very special about this shade. I think it just brings some interesting life and depth to the eyes, and it'll be a fun shade to create this eye look today. Tapping it in and blending out. All right, so here's the final eye look, and it was really easy to achieve. Like I said, I applied Supreme all over my upper eyelids and then along my lower lash line, and then I applied the 333 in the second half of my lid and then blended all the way out for some depth and definition. So you can see it's a fun take on purple and gold that still feels very wearable daytime or night. For lips, I just prime them with a little bit of Kosas Sport in Pulse, which is a very hydrating lip balm with a tint of color. Then I'm actually going to blot out some of my natural lip tone with my concealer in shade 5.5. And then I'm going to apply the Kosas lipstick in Violet Fury. I'm finishing this lip with just the slightest bit of the Wet Oil Lip Gloss in Jellyfish in the center of my lips to add a little more volume and light catching properties. These glosses are cushiony and hydrating and not sticky. I love them in all of the shades, but I use a lot of Jellyfish. And so concludes my in-depth discussion of the Kosas Revealer Concealer and the many ways that I like to use it, as well as the full makeup breakdown for this look that you see right here using all Kosas products. As a reminder, the Kosas Revealer Concealer launches today and is available both on Kosas.com and Sephora.com, which I'll make sure to link to below. I'd love to know what your favorite Kosas product is, so please let me know in the comments box below. And I'll also have additional swatches and images of everything on Beauty Professor, which is linked below as well. As always, don't forget to visit me at Beauty Professor, which can be found at beautyprofessor.com. Take care.